Dave, what do you think is one of the most important things that Bartolomeo Perotto does different to make a service truly meaningful?
I really think by far it's listening skills and listening well. I'll share a sample example with you. A couple of years ago, speaking with a family, and I had asked, what was your mom's hobbies, and they told me that she enjoyed gardening. So rather than just sitting back and just moving on, I asked some more questions so I could learn more about gardening. And they shared this story with me that every spring she'd run over to the garden center locally, buy some flats of annuals, and always bought too many on purpose, was a story. And she, upon finishing her yard, she always went over to all her neighbors and brought them annuals for their gardens as well. So I just kind of cataloged that back, and when they arrived for visitation, we had flats of annuals sitting out for all the people attending to take one home and plant that annual for that. It was springtime for that summer for everyone that attended, and that was kind of a neat way of listening well and then incorporating it and connecting the dots for them so that it was a meaningful experience.
You know, I've had people, and I remember that funeral, that smile that seemed to be put on all those people's faces when they took that flower or that little planting away when they walked out. It doesn't just have to be, flowers. It's not the item that matters so much as it is the experience that they had with the person that died. That's what makes it special. It could have been, I can think of a few, person always made the little doilies that you put on a table, and she had thousands of them, and they put them out and people took those. But again, the item isn't as important as the opportunity to be involved, and the takeaway in both cases is what gave the smile, because the experiences that they had while the person was alive. I think connecting is everybody talks about connecting, but like you said, before you can connect, it's really important. I think that's what we do so well, is to ask questions, listen, and then dig deeper. When somebody makes a statement, ask the next leading question. So we're listening, and then we're saying, okay, but tell me more. One of the things that I find to be ironic, and we'll see what your experiences are families surprised when you start to ask them things like hobbies and interests?
They get taken aback sometimes. They, what's the purpose of all this?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to answer that question, and it's explain to them that, well, in due time we'll kind of bring it all together.
Have you noticed people? Are they? I mean, how far do they go with it? I mean, some are they like, no, we're going to talk about the obituary. I mean, right? I mean, because I know I've had that a couple times where people are really put off by the fact because they weren't anticipating that was a part of the process. Their idea of the process was that we take information, that they make a purchase, maybe in some cases, But I think the thing that makes it so great here is that we don't start making recommendations until we've learned about the person. The only way to do that is to ask them, what's your favorite color? I mean, as simple as that may be, all of a sudden, that woman's favorite color was pink, and there's a pink dress and a pink casket, pink flowers. The pallbearers wore a pink tie, all because we asked what was mom's favorite color.
Right.
And it is so very simple, but yet I think people think when they come in that there's so many other things that are more important, when in all reality, it's the simple things that make it special.